So I'm going to click on text field and then text field in scroll view, and then I'm going to rotate it left and scroll down few to make sure that there is that middle string there, and then it's gonna scroll down a little more to verify that there's a string called bottom, and I'll take a screenshot in the middle so that I can validate after. So, and it's on UI page. I mean the control page, and as a user, I want to validate control page, and so I can use each control for future app development and more meaningful steps here or scenario here. It's testing the text field, and text field in scroll view, I think it was. And it doesn't have a welcome screen, so it's not meaningful to say so. I gotta give the brief description of the scenario. Something like that. And given I am on the controls page, and this right here is a custom defined definition, and I'll show you more in detail because it's not gonna run that step because it doesn't know what that is. But this swipe left is predefined, and also waiting till not seeing the particular string is also predefined, and taking picture is also predefined. But I am not going to swipe left. I'm going to do some touch action. Going to navigate through scroll view, text field scroll view, using touch action, and I'm going to rotate device to left, and I can say and or then here. It's more common practice to continue saying and, but I want to kind of make it flow. So I'm saying that when given this situation, then I do some actions and these navigation actions, and rotate it, then I should see string top, and I scroll down so I'm gonna scroll down a couple times here. Then I should see middle, and I scroll down 3 times, something like that, because I don't want to repeat that. It's once again, it's going to be another custom defined steps, so I have to define that on step definitions. I'll go into that more in detail later. And then finally, I should see bottom. And take picture. I'm only taking picture at the last moment, but let's go with this for now and see how it behaves, how the cucumber handles this. I'm expecting to see a lot of fails. I want to show you the differences on the result. I want to be able to show the differences of what each steps comes out to be. Like, has it passed or has it skipped? Has it undefined or it is defined but skipped, etc., etc. So let's run this. As you can see, it's now showing my updated feature. It's more meaningful. The feature to be tested is a control UI page. As a user, I want to validate each element in control UI page so that I can use each control UI for future app. I'm basically testing each control UI, but for the very first scenario, the workflow is text field and text field in scroll view, and there it is. It kind of flew by, and it said that there's one undefined scenario because there are a couple undefined steps, and there are 9 steps that got skipped. Now the skipped steps are either predefined or it is custom defined, but the very first step, which is the given I am on the controls page step, is not defined, and it's telling me that, hey, you can implement step definition for undefined steps with these snippets. It's giving me the direction basically. So I'm going to insert this, and actually I'm going to insert that one too. Alright, because it's that one is also not defined. Okay, so nothing really failed, but I had a couple undefined steps, so it didn't proceed. Of course, if the first few are valid and defined, then it will do the valid and defined ones, and then it stops or fails or tells me that there's undefined one when it gets to the undefined ones. So here is my definition, the feature steps, and that one, and scrolling down multiple times, 3 times. Alright, So let's introduce the step definitions. It had that custom one with a welcome screen. But I'm going to modify that with something else. I guess I can, I'm gonna yank this and wipe this out. Oops. What I'm going to do is a insert nested step into the customized step definition. So I'm going to start by step, and use the predefined step definition called I want to see string, because I want to see that it gets to that control UI page. Then I'm gonna start to do some actions. So it's sort of like getting to some welcome page, because there wasn't a welcome page, so I'm gonna get to the control page. And I scroll down 3 times. Once again, I'm going to use a nested predefined steps. It's not so much exciting, but I'm just gonna do that. You could do you could use a loop. There are lots of information out there about how to write Ruby script, and especially for the Cucumber. Now for step definitions, Cucumber do have recently just came out with a Java JVM version, and they do have a .NET version, JavaScript version, etc. So you don't have to write in Ruby. But for the Calabash, it's developed. The project was developed with a Ruby definition, so so I'm having to use that Ruby in here. Oh, not what I want to see. I wait to see. I'm going to wait till I see that controls to proceed. So that's what the problem was. I do want to see controls, but I'm waiting till that control label comes up to move on to the next step. So that was my typo there. Let's try again. This time I'm going to actually use the different device. Use iPhone 6 Plus. And it is set to iPhone 6 Plus, so the the iOS simulator is gonna kick off the different device this time, the iPhone 6 Plus. And on top of that, I'm going to add more screenshots. Let's see. So it should pass that given when I'm at the control page step, and then I'm going to touch text field, move navigating to the text field in scroll view, and I'm going to rotate the device. Then I should see top. Then I'm going to take picture so that I can validate later. Then scroll down a couple times and I should see middle string. And I guess I'm going to take another picture right there. And I'm going to scroll 3 times this time, and then I should get to the bottom and see the bottom string and take picture. So let me delete that one. It should give me 3 pictures so that I can validate via screenshot as well. All right. Okay, so it took my device target and set it to use the iPhone 6 Plus this time, so you guys can see better. It's bigger screen. Okay, it navigated through. Scrolling. All right. So it passed this time. Okay. So it tells me that it ran for over a minute. There's one scenario and there are 13 steps and all of them passed. And there are 3 pictures here. Let's look at them one by one. Very first one was after it rotated and then validating that there's a top and took that, and then it scrolled down a couple times and saw that there was a middle and take a picture. There it is. And then scrolling 3 more times and we're at the bottom. Okay, that's it for the demo on the writing the very first Cucumber test cases and running it against multiple iPhone devices using Cucumber. Now, if you go to some of the links that I'll be posting at the bottom of the YouTube video or any other video, I'll give the reference. There are GitHub reference on predefined steps and how to write the custom steps. There are several guidelines here, and you could see how the project was written with a core Ruby file, how it's writing the step definitions. or how you can write some of your own custom step definition by looking at some of this Ruby code. And Calabash was developed by the Sumerian, and they have more detailed predefined steps, and um, shows me that there are these kind of predefined steps, and for what platform that's available, and there are Android as well. That's it. That's it for this session. I wanted to make it shorter, but it lasts a little longer with a few steps failing and enhancing and fixing. Thank you so much for watching, and uh, please feel free to send me any kind of questions. Bye bye.